Hey guys, I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video. And Chelsea have qualified for the Champions League. Come on! Oh man, I could finally breathe after that full-time whistle went. But let's put the emotions aside just for a sec and let's just talk about the game. Now, I don't think this game was a one-sided game by any stretch. I think both sides were trying to manage the game and were very cautious to really try and see who could really get a goal and hold out the lead. And first half, I don't really think both sides really showed much of an attacking threat. And really the only chance throughout that first half really fell to Pedro Neto and Chris Wood, who both of them were trying to get their toe onto a cross, but then it went over the bar of the goal. So those were probably the best effort from both sides throughout the first half. But the second half, Chelsea tried to manage the game out and really just try and hold on to the lead after the second half. Straight away from the second half, Chelsea were on the front foot, got a corner. They were playing a short corner where essentially Chelsea were playing the ball through. Neto got onto the ball, crossed it in straight to Colwell's path, and he tapped it into an empty net where Sells wasn't really present at that time. So essentially it was like that really made the difference. And throughout that game, Chelsea tried to hold on to the lead, really try to be professional to manage the game. And yeah, they were very professional. And what a professional performance it was, because Forest are a team that I really think have really blown away people's expectations of how they performed this season. Now, prior seasons before, Forest were kind of really one of those sides that were really in the mix of the bottom half of the table and trying effectively to stay up in the Premier League, which they have done. And no one really thought of giving them a chance of really trying to see whether they would remain as a Premier League side or they'll just be one of those sides battling relegation. But this season, I really felt Nuno Espirito Santo and the players really proved everyone wrong, even myself, that now Forest are now playing in Europe. And I really think that is a big accomplishment for them to effectively be in Europe. And it probably will make a difference for them next season, knowing that they can sign some new players and make them the players more of an attractive prospect of joining Forest because they're playing in Europe. And I think especially like that game, even though they were 1-0 down throughout most of that second half, they really did try and put a lot of pressure on Chelsea. And they have done that a lot throughout the season. You know, with the pace that they have with Morgan Gibbs-White, Anthony Elanga, Callum Hudson-Odoi came on. Like, they really do have a real threat when pressing the ball and really trying to win the ball. But Chelsea defensively really were very professional and really gave Forest not really much opportunities, really. And usually I don't like to put this term out there, but I really felt like the Chelsea defense did put the Forest attack in their pocket, essentially. And they were effectively very resolute at the back in dealing with that. Not only like the Chelsea defense, but I also think Robert Sanchez did very well in goal. Usually I think Chelsea fans, even sometimes myself, would usually give Sanchez a lot of criticism and a lot of stick for his goalkeeping. But today, he did very well. He commanded his goalkeeper and his box very well. He won the balls. He was very decisive in winning the balls. And yeah, he put a professional performance to keep a clean sheet. So I really think there's a lot of praise you could really give to Chelsea, that they've really beaten a very good side in Forest who've now got Europe. But then potentially, if the game went the other way round, then they could have probably got something more significant than us. So, you know, you've got to give like the Chelsea team massive credit, but also you would also say that you would also give Nottingham Forest a lot of credit as well for achieving Europe. Now, even though Chelsea have finished fourth and qualified for the Champions League, I still feel there is room for improvement for this season. Now, obviously, I think 2024, the first half of the season, I really did look at Chelsea as potential title contenders, knowing the fact that they were in a position where they were 2 points behind Liverpool. So I really had like, some form of belief that Chelsea could compete. Not like saying that they will win it, but actually really challenge Liverpool. And somehow just put the smile back on the Chelsea fans. But I really will say second half of the season, like a majority of 2025 in the Premier League, it's been really lackluster. I think, especially away from home, even if you include the win against Forest, Chelsea have only won 2 games away from home in the Premier League, which realistically you have to say it's not good enough. Okay, I think you could really look at the stats and really, look at those sort of things, and you can really point out that there has to be improvements. And I'm sure next season Chelsea are probably going to look at going into the transfer market, knowing that they got Champions League football and signed some new players. Like even the game itself, like even though Levi Colwill scored the goal, that we had to rely on our defenders to score. The last game against Man United, we had Marco Correa scoring, and now all of a sudden Levi Colwill scored. The attack has been pretty lacking, I have to say. Like even like playing Neto, Palmer, Sancho, and Madueke, I didn't really feel like throughout the game there was much of a flowing attacking style of play moving forward. And I really hope next season there can be more significant signings that could really just improve the quality of the team moving forward. But anyways, I could go really critical talking about Chelsea's season and really more in depth about how I felt about Chelsea's season overall. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Chelsea have qualified for the Champions League. They've got a European final to look forward to on Wednesday, hopefully to win a trophy. And at the end of the day, it could be a very good season for Chelsea moving forward to next season. So I think as Chelsea fans, let's enjoy the moment. They've qualified for the Champions League. Come on, you Blues! And yeah, that's about it. See you later.